Welcome back everybody, and as you can see I'm in the kitchen garden today and we are discussing pruning tomatoes. Why is this important? Well, there are three main sort of issues around pruning tomatoes and we're going to look at them in this video, so keep watching. So these are vine tomatoes. They are the type of tomato that I grow nearly all the time here. And this year I've tried a bush tomato too. So this, get that out of the way, is the bush tomato. It's not done terribly well. And because it's quite low to the ground, it is quite susceptible to blight. They've been okay so far. And this is a small cherry bush tomato. But to be honest, I probably wouldn't grow them again. For me, the vine tomatoes are more reliable and I get a better yield. So I just want to show you where the leaf axil is. So this is the leaf axil. It is where a leaf comes out of the main stem, and this is a little shoot here which I'm just going to remove because that takes up the goodness of the plant instead of funneling it into flower and fruit production. There's another one down here. See if I can show you that. In there. So you just remove them. If you get them when they're young, it's not an issue. I tend to remove them at the start of the day on a warm day. So here's another leaf axil. So you can see the main stem, and this is the leaf coming out, and we've got another little shoot there which I'm just removing. So the energy that the plant is putting into producing this shoot is now going to go into producing fruit and flowers on the main plant. So when we're talking about support for the plants, we have this wooden T-shaped structure with bars across the top for stability, and we move this every year to a new spot so that we can grow the tomatoes in fresh ground. And what we've rigged up is some strings that we tie at the top that dangle down, and those are wound round the plant as they grow to support it, and they're simply tied on to the bottom of the plant there, and you just wind the plant around the string like so, and that supports it if you get any wind or heavy rain. It also supports the weight of the fruit, and I just space out strings everywhere because tomatoes never grow the way you want them to, and they will put out side shoots that you might miss. So this plant has three main branches, all of which are supported. So have a think about how you want to support your tomatoes. So let's just discuss tomato blight, and I just want to show you this one tomato plant which has some good examples of what to look for when you're looking for blight. So first of all, we have this leaf here, and as you can see, there is some dying leaves and also some affected tomatoes. So I want to show you this. Not a happy tomato at all. So I know that this plant is infected with blight. Watch to the end of the video and I will put a link to another video which will tell you how to get rid of early blight infection. It's a form of control, so you need to watch to the end of the video and I'll put that link in there. But for now, what I'm going to do is remove all traces of blight from all the plants that I have here. So this plant I know is infected. This one also, because I can see some spotting on the tomato and it feels a bit squishy. And again, we've got infected leaves. So how do you know that the leaves are infected? Well, you can see the brown spots. And what I'll do is remove all those leaves and destroy them. They will not go into my compost heap. When you get towards the end of your season, you've got to start planning ahead. Now, here in southwest France, we've got quite a long season and I can be still picking tomatoes into end of October. So for these larger fruits, and I'm not talking about baby plums or cherry tomatoes, I'm talking about salad tomatoes or beefsteak tomatoes, then from the setting of the flower into fruit until you pick the right fruit is about 6 to 8 weeks. So you need to calculate when you think your end of season is. So for me, my end of season will be end of October, and I need to be taking off the tops of these vines about 8 weeks prior to that. So that would be the whole of October and the whole of September. So today I'm going to take off the flowering tips of these plants because realistically in 6 to 8 weeks I'm not going to get any fruit that's going to ripen, but I'm allowing the young tomatoes, so even if they are just literally this size, they will ripen in the next 6 to 8 weeks.